Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bevan's Bricks. I hope you're having a good day as we are in Hump Day. Yes, it is Hump Day. And for those of you that are probably wondering, what the heck did I do? There was a few things that I didn't like on the mock, and quite frankly, I'm just changing it out. Hey, Charlie's Builds, Kyle Dunbar, how you doing, my friend? Brooks Bricks. Anyway, just to kind of explain some of the things that I'm changing and why. Hey, John. This is the side that I had built. Mind you, of course, it was 4 foot tall. But what I actually didn't like about it, two things. One, I don't like all this dark gray lines. I want that to be solid gray all the way up. But the other thing is the actual Avengers Tower doesn't just come down straight like that to a point. And here's what I mean by that. The Avengers Tower images, usually when you see them, there is a bulky spot here in the front, and that was something else I wanted to make sure I added. Here's the other thing that I was changing. And hey, how you doing, buddies? Bricks, James Jackson, Greg Bassett, Charlie's Builds. He says, I really like the mock you've been working on, and thank you so much. Here was the other thing, though. When I got up to the platform, I really wasn't that happy with the fact, and I think I have it here. Here we go. Hey, ID Snipes, how you doing? This is the smallest Quinjet they make, and yes, it would fit on the landing platform that I had, but to me, I just didn't like it. I felt it was too small. I want to build a larger Quinjet. I want to use like set 76126 because that Quinjet looks more realistic, but it's bigger and it's heftier. And here is part of what I was going to talk about. In order to get that really nice curve on that floor, because on the top floor I didn't like how it was squared off. And I think I kind of mentioned that in one of my other videos. Well, I was trying to play around with some techniques. Here was one curve I came up with. And this is a really simple technique using wedge plates. But anyway, this was one curve. It was still too small. This was the curve that would have fit, but I still thought it was kind of chunky and blocky. So I came up with this curve. Now, this curve works. It's a beautiful curve, and it would look great on my landing platform, and it will look good with that really big Quinjet on it. Here's the problem. With this big curve like this, it didn't work. My building was too narrow. So in order to make this work on this building is why I'm tearing it down, because I am making the building 6 studs wider. So that is the John says Daryl mad, Daryl smash. Hulk smash. But that is why I actually ripped it apart and I'm redoing it, because it's funny, for me anyway, when I'm doing a build, it's the silliest of little things that will actually annoy me as I'm building it. And the more I stare at it, the more I looked at it, the more I messed around with it, it was just, it just wasn't working for me. And it's like, okay, well, if I'm not going to be happy with it, I might as well tear it down now, because if I'm not happy with it now, I'm not going to be happy with it later. And Mike says, oh, I just noticed another Hulk smash. Yep, another Hulk smash. Trying to pay attention to the few more of the comments. And hey, how you doing, Matt? I think I already said hi to you, Matt, and Greg. And I think I got all the comments anyway. But anyway, that is what I'm up to. Is I'm widening the building. I'm going to make it solid gray on the posts. I'm going to have the dark gray still here, and I'm going to keep this solid white. And just in short, a whole bunch of modifications is what I'm actually doing. So without further ado, I am going to start tearing into some of this and trying to get some of this actually put back together, because I definitely need to get some of this back together. And with that being said, I grabbed a few more new parts, because there are going to be a few different parts I'm going to be using, because I really want, again, like I was saying, I want that all to be solid gray all the way up, because I think that's going to make it look so much better. Oh, absolutely. Stickler for bricks. It'll still be 7 feet tall if it doesn't end up getting taller before I'm done. And hello, Fabio. How you doing? Hello to Portugal, my friend. And yes, it was a pretty easy smash. I mean, I probably could have made it worse, but I tried to be as delicate as possible. I actually have a bunch of large chunks on the floor next to me of the building. And part of the reason I did that on purpose was because I want to be able to keep looking at it to see what I actually did before I went too crazy with it. Because it's a lot easier to rebuild it when I kind of have a guide, so to speak. And this will go hopefully fairly quickly as I just kind of pop parts off and swap them over. And then after I get this side up a little bit, I'll start moving that side over and just keep going back and forth. But like I said, all in all, it shouldn't be as painful as it actually looks. At least I'm hoping not anyway. But if it is, you guys get to see it firsthand anyway. And hopefully, like I said, for the most part though, it should be fairly straightforward, I would think. For the rebuild anyway. At least that's my hope. And greetings to Portugal, Andre. And that's awesome. I hope you do get to work on that. Dylan White and Carol F., good evening to you. And we want that's what I mean, because I don't want those gray lines. So that is one of the many things I'm changing with this as I go along. It's just, and I know it's silly stuff to probably be worried about, but it's the kind of things that keep me up at night. Got that. Now this can go here. And something else. And hey, Alex, how you doing, my friend? That was something else too, because I know a lot of people have been suggesting it, have been saying it, have been asking me if I would do it. And with that being said, I finally broke down and I bought a cordless mic. Hopefully it will be here Friday. That'll be another improvement, hopefully, coming to my channel here very soon. And now let me scoot this side around, because I need to work on moving this over now. And hey, Night Wolf, he's right above you. About 5 comments back, my friend. Give me a second while I am trying to see if I can pull this off in one large chunk, which is what I'm trying to do anyway. There we go. Let me set this across over here. And then we can start doing some serious building, because I got to move everything out. 3. 1, 2, 3. So it should be 2. Which the nice thing about this is it's going to give me more space on the interior to do a few more really interesting decorations. So there is a bonus to all this as well. And now I got to start with this guy, which will put me 1 in. 1, 2. There we go. And that'll put that there. That'll put that there. And that'll put those there. Yeah, I guess it was a little bit of a drop, wasn't it? 1, 2. And I am trying to remember what I did on that side so I can copy it on this side. And I need a 2x2 bracket, L-shaped bracket. And say hopefully it straightens back out. But yeah, I see where it's lagging down a little bit. Happy hump day stream, right? Wouldn't be a hump day stream. No, that's probably a bitmap problem. My hair's a total mess. I've been pulling it out all day. By the way, how you doing, Lee? Like I said, my internet is, I'm still working on my new internet. So, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. I am trying to calculate out, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that can stay there. I'm trying to calculate out everything I gotta change. I had at least I hope everything's back in focus. Yeah, that could be a fun build, Mike. Doing one with a working elevator. I can see where that would be a fun build. I'm not worried about doing one, but I can see where that would be a fun build. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, bear with me while I'm trying to get down everything that I actually had. So actually, that'll go there. Now I need another part. And thank you, Kevin. I appreciate the heads up on that. It's like, 'cause I wasn't sure. I saw somebody said it was out of focus. Anyway, if Lee is still in here, for those of you that probably don't know, and I'm sure that's probably all of you, Lee is actually an old co-worker of mine. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that'll work. And then I need that, which will give me this, and I should be able to go to that, if I'm not mistaken. And now I need some windows. At least I'm hoping I'm right on the windows. And there it is. No, I did kind of Hulk smashed it, but I did it in a delicate way. But it was a deliberate smash. It wasn't something that I did just to destroy it. I actually meant to do it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, and because I'm re-engineering a few parts of it. And most of it is probably stuff that nobody would even notice. There it is. It's just things that were bugging me, quite frankly. Mike says he's got the sacrificial lamb ready to go. And where? There it is. 'Cause I want... So I got to bring this all the way back. That'll go there. This has got to come off because I need this piece to be a block. Greg says I have rum as well. And yes, that is me with my OCD. I'll be the first to admit it. Like I said, something bugs me, and then once it's in my head, I can't stop. And I'm actually going to blame, I don't know if he's here right now, but I'm blaming Charm City for this one. And the reason that I say that is he was the one that was pointing stuff out to me. So we were talking about the build earlier today, and he's all, you know what? So he put the little buggy in my ear, so to speak. And once the bug was in my ear, that was it. I was done. I had to fix it. I tried to ignore it, but sadly I had to change it. So I blame Charm. It's all Charm City's fault that I ripped it apart. How you doing, Brick Sergeant? Glad to see you in the stream. Rob says there's rum. Well, there should be. And where that'll work. So I need one more 1x3. And now this is what I mean. Originally, the back of it, for you guys that don't know what I'm doing, originally this was only 2 windows wide. Now I'm making it 3 windows wide. So that's like the main change with this. You always have that problem though, John. Noah Calvin says, can someone tell me why he's restarting it? I've been explaining that. It's because I made a few changes. Not totally restarting, but I did rip it apart to get to the point where I'm at right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll be 1, 2, 3. I need a 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I need a 1 or a 4. Let's do a 4. There we go. Oops. Sorry about the mic bump. That's better. Much better. There we go. Now I got to get my plate, which should be this guy. Nope. And I'm knocking everything off and down and up. And say hello to my little friend. I'm trying to remember what pieces I was going to put in there. I had it broke down. Was it 6s? 6, 6. Yes, it is 6s. 6 by 12. Let me see if I have those. I'm re-engineering everything. I got to get different parts for what I originally had set up. And like I was saying though, the bright side, it'll actually give me more room on the interior. Is the bonus to it. The lamb's only... And did I miss? I'm sorry. Brick Sergeant, thank you so much for that donation. I just noticed that. Brick Sergeant just donated $1.99. And again, thank you so much, buddy. And hello, Amanda. Hello, Noah Calvin. When are we going to see the 10-foot tall tower? Not until I actually get this together the way that I'm happy with it. I'm still waiting on parts anyway, so that's another reason why I constantly torture myself and alternate things. Where I'm looking for my, they're there. Just a slight redesign, but yes. Not a huge one, just a little one. This will be Avengers Tower 2.0. And absolutely, because that is something else I didn't like. The back of this was good and stout. Part of the problem, another one of the problems anyway I was having with this being built was the front facade, because I do want to point that out. With it being open the way it was and then having the window laying inside of it the way it did, it would sway a little bit, and I want to put a cross support every other floor to help structurally make the building better too. So that is in fact another reason I am working on this, because I don't like to have a sloppy building. Hey, how you doing, Steven? Everything's great, Brickanics. I can't get it out of my mouth there. And Brick Sergeant, thank you again so much. He just did a $5 donation. And he said, build that super big tower and stronger. And, I already read that part of it. I just didn't acknowledge the $5. But again, thank you so much, Brick Sergeant. Anyway, I need to, trying to figure out which side I'm trying to steal parts from as I go. This side. Because I still do have the chunks together. Or at least I tried to keep them together anyway. So I tore it apart in sections, if that makes any sense. Just to try and make it to where I can speed it along as I'm going. At least that was kind of my plan anyway. And again, I'm taking all the little gray lines, dark blue gray out of the light blue gray as I go. I'm trying not to destroy it too bad as I go. Oh. I need a 1x3 in white. But realistically, I probably could have had most of this back together tonight if I just stayed by myself. Will go here. Now this whole piece comes off, if I can get it. Doing it that way. And I just lost my connection. Apologize for that, guys. Apparently they're at it again tonight with my internet. 1, 2. No, it will not have a dark blue, blue-gray line with the floors on the front. The floors on the front will be dark blue-gray, though. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're talking about... Yeah, I can't hide that, if that's what you're talking about. That little gray dot right there. But still, that, to me, it cleans it up a little bit. There could be a gremlin. And what did I do here? One, two, three, four, five, six. Just found another mistake. 1, 2. That's better. That's 1, 2, 1, 2. That's even. That's even. That's even. That's even. That's this floor. So this has got to come back down. I got to play the curly shuffle with what I'm going with. 1, 2. Roughly recept T. My guess anyway is it's going to be roughly right around. Am I calculating that right now? Guessing it's roughly going to be about 7 feet in tall when I'm fully 100% done with it. Mind you, that is a guess, though. Before I ripped it down to where I'm at right now, I was already at 4 feet in height. Like I said, that was before the teardown. And I was expecting about another foot for the top of the building. And then I'm expecting another 1 to 2 feet for the base. 1, 2, 4. That should be there. I wouldn't say full interior, but it will have an interior. I'm going to be using sets to populate the inside of it. Truffle Shuffle. I love that movie. Hey, you guys. No, the base is not going to have a parking garage. What do I need? No, the base is just going to be a hollow building. The only part that'll actually have an interior will be this part. And now I need to do a cross support somehow. And the cross support has to be here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. But I gotta figure out this first. Checking myself, and yes. Paul W says, you seem to have a mess around you. Don't you need an elf to help keep your barn clean? That would be nice. I tore it apart on purpose, Caden. And so I need 1 by 2 by 4 or 2 by 8s. Mass destruction. There we go with that. And this time I'm trying to kind of, and hey, how you doing, Austin? Trying to kind of do stuff that I was doing as an afterthought the last time. And that's another thing with me tearing it apart. It's actually, believe it or not, going to make filling in the floors easier, because the other way it wasn't looking as good. I guess is probably the best way I can put it. How you doing, Michael? And thank you, Austin. Even though I know I just destroyed it, but it was on purpose. Hola, Pit. That'll go there. That goes there. There, that straightens that out. At least that should be straight. And again, just to show everybody, because I know a lot of people are signing in as I go, this was part of the reason why I tore it apart, was I wanted to add this curve to the front. And the other reason is I'm making these white or light blue gray on the outside, and I'm also widening the building by 6. Because I know a lot of people are kind of puzzled and wondering what the heck am I doing. And that's what I'm doing. Now Hulk should fit in there. Yes, absolutely, Jen. Before, I don't think he could have. Now I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So, I'm trying to keep track of what I'm ripping apart and what I'm not as I go. That's the side. And yes, it's a pain in the rear, but I'm still happy I'm doing it. And it's going to go there. Short-term suffering, long-term gain is what I always tell everybody. This gets swapped with a light blue gray. That gets swapped with a light blue gray. This gets a light blue gray. And one of these guys can go there. This gets a light blue gray. Those come off. It Mike says widening it looks better. Brian talking to Kyle. Recep says it might get bigger. It could. And thank you, Amanda. She says I got nice curves. Connor, I broke it to alter a few things. There's going to be, actually, thank you for reminding me, Guy. What I'm going to do, it's not really a cross beam. I'm going to overlap, and where did I put them? I'm just going to run white plates straight across the front. On the top and the bottom of the plate to overlap and give it some strength that way. That way I'm not totally taken away from the appearance, so to speak, but it's still giving me a structural density. Because it's amazing how much strength, believe it or not, you can get just from running plates. And I need some 1x6s in white to do what I want to do. So let me get those. And hopefully I will have my new mic on Friday. So when I get up and walk away like that, I can still talk. There, that's going to help. And having a hole in that's not, but that's going to help with the structural integrity. Running the plates across the front. Now that can stay there. And I need to run my light grays along the back. Then we can put our windows in, put our corner in, put our other window in. Papa's bricks, I had to make a slight adjustment. I know everybody's panicked when they see it. Not a bad thing though, self-induced. I wanted to make some changes. For the better, I'm hoping. Something that I think Paul would end up approving of anyway. I thought I just saw Paul in here. And I need one more brick. One more brick. I know Paul likes to build King Kong size. And now I got to pull this floor apart. And there we go. But I need to pull plates off. Gets that floor back together. Now we can put that in there. I can put this back on here. These can come out because I'm not going to be using them. Originally I had to use the 1x4s as filler, and I no longer have to do that. And I need this guy. And I need my corners to lock everything down. And need another corner, and I'm trying to figure out where there it is. Yes, rebuilding again. John Bonet, that would be cool. Hey, Paul, I wondered if you were here or not. Said I figured this would make you proud. I know how much you like to build the Godzilla builds. This is, or King Kong, I should say. This is slowly becoming your level and range of expertise. And that's awesome, Connor. Connor said he made a mock-off of the airport I work at. And actually, no, I don't want to do that. I want to go like this. Now I can start running the next floor on. So let's start putting, actually, this would probably make it easier just to use the plates I already have here. And then I can just rip the windows and set them back on. I need a 1x2. Start back on this side. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to make sure I'm in the right position. This goes here, this goes here. That's for that, so that is correct. Now I got this side, which is over here. Actually, what I'm thinking, let's see if I can speed this up by doing this. We're going to try it anyway. And that needs changed first. See if we can just set a whole chunk of it back down. That would help. Put 2 there. That'll speed it up a little bit anyway. So now we got that side together. And I literally just have a mountain of parts everywhere. Some of it not so good. I'm hoping you didn't lose the bleeps and the sweeps. Hey Sam, how you doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that'll go there. That'll go there. And I know I'm not being super talkative, but again, I'm trying to speed build this back together. The current Mills plate Quick Picks is it's on 232 by 32 base plates. Is the current size of this one. And I just rolled over part of my building. Where is... Need the curved piece. Oh, that would be this piece. There we go. And thank you so much, B. Perez. Just joined the bronze membership. So you know, B. Perez, if you go to community tabs, and excuse my little friend, if you go to community tabs though, there should be a link there that you can click. It should say newest Discord link for new members. You want to click that so you can get in. That's got to change. And then after the stream, I will make sure that I get you set up with your silver membership. Oh crap. I already had all the plates on here. I am trying to, like I said, speed through this, so bear with me. My goal is to try and get as much of this back together as possible. And it is already looking better than what it was when I started anyway. Now, our time is near, and so we face the final curtain. I don't want those, so I can pop that off. I should be able to put this here. Put this guy here. Paul W, thanks you so much. Paul W just donated $5, and yeah, it's getting King Kong size, buddy. It is definitely bigger than I was planning to do. I must have missed a joke. John says, of course it's stupid, but that's why it's funny. And where? And yes, Paul, I need to clean before you even say it, because I know it's coming. Now if I did this right, and I don't break it, oh, I gotta put these on first. I need white 2x4s. Here's a couple. They're hiding under the piece I just worked on, is what it is. Now let's try it. And yes, that was R2-D2, my phone. And that can come off. Those can come off. There we go. So see, it's going back pretty quickly. Now let me spin it around, because I got to do this inside floor, and then I got to put this little cross piece across the front. Oh, before I do that though, I need to do this. So let me get that together. Have a brick there. That can go there. We can put another piece here. So I'm trying to hide that as much as I can. Down there. Get in here. That means all I need is some windows. And then a support. Brain the Enforcer LeBlanc. And thank you so much, Brian. I appreciate that. And there, my silly furnace finally shut off. I'm getting there, guys. Once you... And I'm wondering, you know what? Let's just go ahead. There, that's got that. That's got that piece. So see, we're moving along pretty good. And yes, there is a lot more room for the Hall of Armor. There's a lot more room for a lot of things. That was another one, because that was something a lot of people have asked, is why did I change this up? Why did I rip it apart? Quite frankly, it was just because I had to make it a little bit wider for the landing platform. That was quite honestly the main deciding factor in doing this. That, and the other thing that I changed was this front edge here. And I thought I read your comment already, Connor. I said, that's awesome that you made an airport off the metro terminal. That's awesome, buddy. Angry Dragon says, I'm going to have time with that one. Angel Munaz says, I can imagine how big that feels in hands. And yes, I call you the donkey. And it's a lot bigger than this. It's just a matter of how quickly can I get it back on. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. I am trying to plan out how I want to do this. Actually, if I do that, that would be this one. Yes, there we go. And 2, 3. Just need one more window. 2 supports. And then I actually have, believe it or not, behind me, one big chunk that I'm going to start trying to throw on here in just a second. 1, 2. There it is. I got that piece. I got that piece. So that can go there. So this needs to go back on. This one needs to go back on. Scott's Block says, hey, Daryl, I had to leave and come back, and I see this monster. That's going to have more squatter footage than most uptown apartments. It is going to have a lot of footage in here. Keep in mind, too, that I'm not too worried about getting the floors in right now, but there is going to be a floor here. I have all the floors in the back. And just to kind of give you guys an idea, I'm going to put like little ladders or whatever in here to get up, and then you can come around and walk around. But I do have kind of a general idea of how I'm going to do a lot of the different things inside of it. But keep in mind, during this particular live stream, I'm not really worried. No, I did not drop it, Ajax. I modified it. I made it bigger is what I did. Made it wider. So that way you can kind of see it from the back. Just to kind of touch on it, because I know there's a whole lot more people here than the first time when I talked about it. What it physically was, let me pop that piece in before I forget. What it physically was is I just screwed that up, didn't I? Yep. What it physically was is I was looking at it, and one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to make my posts solid blue gray. And the other thing that I wanted to do was on this front corner, I wanted to make it smoother. But the biggest thing that I was trying to do, before I get too far and mess up, is the landing platform wasn't going to be big enough. And in order for me to actually make the landing platform big enough for the Quinjet that I wanted to use, I had to do a bunch of modifications. So with that being said, the only way I could modify it was quite simply to rip it apart and get on there. And that's what I did. I ripped it apart. Let me, if I can get, but let me show you guys again what I'd come up with. Just real quickly, here was one design I had, because the landing platform out in the front, and I'm actually going to have a video kind of explaining this tomorrow, but the landing platform that was up on the top floor on the front where the Quinjet was going to be, I tried to do this, it's too small. This was the right width, but when I was looking at it, the Quinjet, because personally, this Quinjet, you were probably telling me that I missed something, guy. I know I got to fix one on the other side too that I just noticed. But this Quinjet, and don't get me wrong, it's not a bad jet, but it's, in my opinion, it's actually kind of small. And I'm wanting to use the larger jet, which is 76126 on the landing platform. And with that being said, this is not wide enough. So this is the size of the landing platform that I came up with, just to kind of show you. And in order for me to use this, I had to widen the building. Now, mind you, this is just the rough outline of what the landing platform is going to be. This is just giving me my physical size, if you will. But this gives you the basic shape of when I get up here of what the landing platform will be. And now with this actual shape, I should be able to use the larger Quinjet, which is my actual goal, is to try and use the big Quinjet. So Connor says Bevan's got to go. Take care, Connor. Anthony Perot, yes. No, I'm not putting an elevator in it right now anyway. I'm not worried about that. Thank you so much, John. I appreciate that. and yes, I do hold my own. Anyway, trying to, what did I want to do? That side is what I was going to try and do. And I'm wondering if I want to try and get brave. Let me fix, I have one more I have to fix first. Hold on. And then I'm going to see if I'm going to try and get brave. Because I got to fix this first. So that's got to be a light blue gray. Now what I did to rip this apart, just to kind of explain it to you guys, what I did is I ripped out the center section and tried to keep the two halves in individual pieces. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that right now. As soon as I figure out which floor this is, yes, that's that floor. Let me get this tiled in, and I'm hoping, I'm not going to promise, but I'm hoping, and let me upgrade this camera a little bit. What I'm hoping though is I'm going to try and pick that big piece up and set it up here. I just got to do a couple more quick things to prep, so bear with me. I'm looking for my white. There they are. 2x4s. And now I'm either going to succeed or I'm going to fail right now, guys. Let's see what happens. Because I am going to try and set probably not going to cooperate with me. And I should actually probably do this on the floor, but well, it's not going to be structurally stable until I get everything back together. I was just trying to save myself some headaches. And actually, I'm not going to be able to do that anyway because I got to replace these and these. So this is going to have to come back off. Tayshawn says the suspense. And trying to figure out if, and you know what, guys, this is probably going to be easier. Believe it or not, I mean, it's back together. Of course, it's not structurally sound, but it is back together. I'm wondering if I can halfway put some of this Hey Tayshawn, how you doing? Believe it or not, it's together. I wouldn't say, it's not structurally sound, but it is together. Now this, you know what I'm gonna do? Because it's getting too tall. And there we go. It's a little easier to play with that way. Maslin Bruner says, yo, imagine building a computer with a Lego casing. That would be awesome. That would be actually pretty cool. In good way. Yeah, absolutely. If there was wind in here, I'd have been done. And Dale said he's gone plaid. I must have been lagging out, and I apologize for that. But yes, a Lego computer case would be absolutely awesome. Zachary says nothing to worry about. AJ sounds great. Angry Bird says watch is falling down. Anyway, now that I've got that kind of pieced back up, what I'm thinking, it is going to look better wider, number one. I'm going to say that. I am happier with it. But now maybe, and I still got 3 floors I gotta adjust. But what I was gonna show you guys though is that's what this was for. Was to, because this is going to actually go like this on the facade of this, and I know you can't really see it. But again, that is the whole reason that I actually moved all this around, was so I could make this fit onto the building. And yes, B. Perez says, "Oh my God, he lifted it." And that's something I mean, just to point out again to everybody. I mean, mind you, this is flimsy. I still have to fill in the center hollow, and I still have to put this other section back on. But as you could see, by me having that really good base, it's a Mills base plate that I built this on. But by having that Mills base plate is the only reason I was able to physically pick this building up and set it down on the floor like I just did. If I did not have this on a Mills plate, it just wouldn't work. It doesn't work. And that's why, again, I cannot say enough about see, I must be having major lag tonight. It's very windy outside, so it doesn't surprise me. It's probably moving the satellite dish around a little bit. Rob says all the colors. That's the bit rate's getting too low is what that's actually happening. And yes, I am moving it with my feet. That's why I said though, if you didn't physically build anything on a Mills plate, you wouldn't be able to do that. And let's see. And mind you, this is flimsy and it still needs work. But just showing you though, that is the only reason I can pick up something so flimsy is because of this Mills plate. So again, that I cannot tell you guys enough the importance of using Mills plates. Quite frankly, because they are going to really strengthen anything that you work with. No, brick lock, what I will probably do is leave it in that base. I will most likely take that and build a platform that I can set this on top of inside of the base when I build the base of the building. At least that's kind of my intention. And quite frankly, with as large as this is now, I only have one stud around it on the sides, and I have 2 studs on the front and the back. So I shouldn't have any problems at all being able to do that. Rob says every time Daryl picks it up, his anxiety levels spike. Quick Picks says sold, and like, you know, I'm assuming you're talking about on the Mills plates, but again, like I said, it's I really can't say enough the importance of Mills plates. B. Perez says I'm right there with you. Anyway, though, guys, because my internet keeps getting screwy, and we have been streaming for over an hour now anyway. At least it appears to be that way. And my internet's dropping out again. But like I said, though, I have really bad weather here. And wow, that's bad. I'm trying to wait and see if the numbers will come back up. And they're just not coming up. They're starting to come back up. Not very well, though. But anyway, with as poor as my internet is acting tonight, let me roll that beautiful bean footage. And I will come back and work on this some more in a live stream tomorrow. Hopefully it won't be as windy tomorrow, so hopefully the internet will be a little bit better. But anyway, with that being said, let's roll that beautiful bean footage. And again, B. Perez, I just want to point out one more time to make sure you go to community tabs and log into the Discord account. so I can get you set up. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Anyway, I want to give a very special thanks to Brick Sargent and also B. Perez for joining my membership. And again, the internet speed is not doing real well, so that's why I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. But I will be posting more of a video about what I was doing here tomorrow. And hopefully, I won't be streaming tomorrow, but I will be streaming on Friday. And hopefully Friday, when I start streaming, I will have a little bit more to show, and the building will be somewhat more back together. But anyway, as always, thank you for coming to Bevan's Bricks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share below. And hopefully we'll see you guys all next time on Bevan's Bricks.